Hey guys, Cody here with Anarchy Outdoors. We want to do a quick run through of our CZ455 tactical sweat bolt handle and obviously the knobs that go along with it. The CZ isn't quite as user-friendly of changing, definitely still possible for everyone to do though. We're going to walk you through that today. So obviously the first thing to do, gun safety, make sure no magazine in the gun, chamber is clear. We're going to go ahead and take this bolt out of the gun to work on it. So to do so on a CZ, 455, you're going to pull the trigger, and you're holding that trigger back. You'll pull that bolt out. So that bolt will then be free for you to work on. So you're going to take this handle, and as you're holding it with one hand, you're going to pull the handle. You're going to, push the handle until it releases. So you're going to see that it's kind of wobbly there. Then you're going to get your handy dandy little 22 shell here. Hopefully have one of those laying around. You're going to put it down on a table. I usually keep the safety pointed towards me to make it easy to pull out. And then I do it on the back. So I put the, obviously the primer is spent, but you put the primer down towards the table here. You're going to push right at the very center. You're going to put that on there and you're going to give it a nice push down. As you're holding it down, you're going to pull out on the safety. Safety will then come off. That will then free out the back piece, and in turn, the spring for the firing pin, and then obviously the handle can then come off. You can see the differences here between the handle, straight, pretty small, comes with a knob. This one is almost just as long, just as it is, without a knob even on it. So then you're going to take our handle here, you're going to slide it back on with obviously this longer portion back. You're going to slide that on. I usually like to line it up so it's pretty close to there. Then you're going to put the firing pin in. You don't have to worry about which way, it's only going to go in the gun, one direction. Just kind of spin around until that slides in. Make sure you put your firing pin spring back in there. Then you put the back part in. You want to make sure that that opening is where it's going to slide into that hole. Because what you're going to do is you're going to push that in, and as you're pushing that in, you're going to slide that firing pin, or the safety, back in that slot. So I'm going to hold this towards me just so it's easier to do. I'm going to crouch down a little bit, set that carefully on top. Then as I push down on that, have my safety ready to put in that hole. Slide it in, push it. You don't want to push it pretty hard because it's going to have to click down. You're going to see it's going to seat right there. Once it's seated, you know you got it right. You're going to take it, lift it back up, which will then put it back into position there. And your handle is essentially changed. We have a wide variety of knobs. You know, you can choose your favorite one. we'll choose the titanium fluted bolt knob for this one. Just thread that on real nice and easy. Then you check functionality of it with your gun here. Oh, see, it slipped out on me there, so all you gotta do is pull up on that again to get it tight, and you're good to go. You're gonna put it, line it up the bolt again, squeeze the trigger back so that bolt can go back in the gun. And then you're good. You check functionality of it. Clears well. Should clear the scope just fine as long as you have a scope base on it and decently high rings. We have a Area 419 scope base here. I'm using medium rings. I got a Vortex scope on there. Clears just fine, no problem. See, it's an obvious upgrade from that little tiny thing to hold on to. You get a great big one. You can accessorize it. Turns your gun from something that's pretty stock to something you can really customize and make your own. So go check that out.